Chinese AI startup DeepSeek has unveiled an open source AI assistant that rivals OpenAI's ChatGPT, achieving similar performances with significantly lower costs and resources. What's up, YouTube? And welcome to Art Quant Crypto. We're currently on episode number 4 with your hosts, Dardon Bella and Mikkel Urensen. So we're going to go ahead and review a few different things that have happened within the news. We have a few different major news that have popped out. One of them being DeepSeek versus OpenAI. Chinese AI startup DeepSeek has unveiled an open source AI assistant that rivals OpenAI's ChatGPT, achieving similar performances with significantly lower costs and resources. There's a few differences between the two. So for one, from an investment side for DeepSeek, they ended up having a 5.6 million investment, whereas with OpenAI, it's a rough range of 100 million to 1 billion, depending on what factors you're looking at. As far as a open source approach, DeepSeek is a fully open source, including models and code, whereas with OpenAI, it's a mix of open research and proprietary offerings. From an employee count for DeepSeek, DeepSeek has 200 employees, whereas OpenAI has over 3,500 employees. Now, this is where it becomes super interesting. DeepSeek was only established in 2023 in China, whereas OpenAI has been open in the US since 2015. But now this is where I say it's pretty interesting. DeepSeek had 1.6 million downloads on January 25th. Now, as far as the number of users, there is no public data for DeepSeek in order to know what exactly that number is. However, when my business partner here, Mikkel, had tried to use this site, it was crashing. So maybe that might have to do something with the millions of downloads. Who knows? However, with its counterpart, OpenAI has 300 million weekly active users and no crashes yet. So we're going to go on to our next set of major news. So that's been it right now for OpenAI versus DeepSeek. We're going to go ahead and talk about Trump's crypto venture, World Liberty Financial. The crypto market has been taking a hit. We've seen right now Bitcoin drop under $100,000. However, with that said, even after this bearish past couple days that we've seen right now, we're starting to see some bullish trends. One of them being World Liberty Financial deciding to buy 75,000 Ethereum, worth over 231 million. Insane. 5 million Ethereum purchased today was bringing its total holdings to 75,000 Ethereum, which was worth 231 million. Now, this is insane. Like, I mean, if there's ever been a time to buy it and know that, hey, guys, like, you're not too late, that right there should have been something to look into. Now, outside of that, we are starting to see some of the top 0.1 elite ETH stakers right now. What they're signaling is Trump's long-term bullishness, specifically on ETH, combined with institutional grade confidence. So we're starting to see quite a bit of a bullish trend right there when we're talking about basically this downward trend that we saw in crypto for this past week. As we know, Bitcoin was down 4%, Ethereum was down 5.5%. However, despite the brighter market bleeding red, being able to see that World Liberty Financial double down on Ethereum, we could start to see a lot of new money starting to punch back in. Now, some of the finances that World Liberty include in their wallet is Bitcoin, Tron, Chainlink, and Avalanche. In other news, the FOMC meeting results announcement is on Wednesday, 29th, 2025. Current forecast suggests that the committee will maintain the federal funds rate within the existing target range of 4.25% to 4.50%, opting for a pause in rate adjustments. Most likely will be taken bearish by the market. So prepare for high volatility going into the meeting and for the rest of the week. So this has been our bit right now for major news and updates this week in the crypto realm. I now will be passing it over to my partner, Mikkel Urensen, to where we can go into a deeper dive of crypto this week.
Thank you very much, Dardon. Great brief upgrade. Basically, several things happens. First of all, so yes, Dardon passed it to me, and as he noted today on the news, the market took a pretty deep hit. on that news for the ChatGPT DeepSeek competition, even though in one hand, and I mean the market had a very mixed reaction and throughout the day, and it was bloodbath on the opening, overnight with Japan and Asia trading, and then passing into more active. I mean with um, S&P and NQs, ESs and NQs open at 6 at night yesterday. It was pretty bad. It looked pretty bad. But then, as market was digesting the news throughout the day, everything kind of like were rebounding back to normal. Probably because market was realizing that at the end of the day, the news is not so bad. Um, I mean, it decreases cost, provides for greater accessibility, and at the end of the day, it's in very in line with what we were talking over the last week and over what everyone was talking, but just gave it a bit of different angle and perspective. Market as the market rebounds, crypto was obviously also reacting pretty bad at first, and then as market rebounds, same happened to crypto. Crypto rebounds pretty well as well. Bitcoin regained the ground at around 100 uh, 100,000 $102,000. Ethereum still remains pretty weak on all the graphs and according to all the indicators and time frames. I would say even on the weekly time frame, um, I just don't like how it looks right now because it's definitely struggling a lot, unable to break out from that basically a long-term channel from 2,500 to 4,000 range. Um, so today I'm actually will be introducing a bit more of our actual technical indicators that we use in our trading, that are used by our automation and trading boards. And that's the ones that we will be providing to for public to use shortly after we complete all the automations for TradingView and perhaps for several other platforms as well. Um, and as you could see on the graph, the two main indicators that I always have on most of my graphs is regression channel. We have most of our strategies optimized for 200 day. I mean, since now we're looking at a daily model, that will be equivalent to days, and most of our automations trade on a daily time frames. So that will be type of the framework and time frame that will be used. Um, it looks 200 days back. The way you read it, it's very clear. So it's like we're in an uptrend for Ethereum, but we're trading below the middle line. So that's kind of what concerns me because we're struggling. Like we've been struggling for days, and like we've been around, and it was a good breakout in December after elections, and then we just basically fell back to it and we fell below it. So I don't like that we're trading below it. The other, I'm going to take the linear regression off for a bit to make the graph more readable. The other indicator that I love to use is the Ichimoku Cloud. I love it so much, and I feel it, and it's back tested to be so efficient for me that I use it actually in both forms as main indicator and as oscillator. Have a bunch of different things that it's showing, including lagging indicators and forward-looking indicators, and basically those several ways that Ichimoku Cloud could be traded. I'm not going to go into deep details right now, but on all major part of indicators here, here, and here. I don't like what I see right now on Ethereum. I actually, one of the things, none of it, remember, is a financial advice, but I actually decreased my Ethereum position today after a long struggle with myself. But I don't like it so much that basically my logic is that I might be either reallocating capital to other top coins, which is similar to Ethereum, but showing much nicer graph, like for example Solana. XRP is a bit overpriced for me. BNB is also overpriced for me. We will be doing some Tron analysis since it's part of the Liberty portfolio which is connected to Trump, which Dardon discussed earlier today. But I'm very concerned with Ethereum and ahead of what was and with the type of volatility which was going on, with the type of the expected volatility, with FOMC news, which we don't expect to be positive for the market, as Dardon emphasized earlier, with indicators, including Ichimoku, oscillator, MACD, away some escalators. So basically, on all of my major indicators is uh, time to at least deleverage, and that's what I was primarily doing today. I was basically deleveraging ahead of big volatility and considering taking that continuously. I've been betting on Ethereum very strongly, but it's been continuously underperforming. As we could see, for example, on Bitcoin, it's still Ichimoku on both sides of the signal is still in a buy mode. And like as you could see, the graph is much stronger, the oscillator is much stronger. MACD is about to cross down, but still holding. Some still in a downtrend, but still holding. So Bitcoin have way much stronger graph. Sol is performing much better, also still in a positive zones. Even though I don't hold any Sol, I missed that run. I wasn't like been kind of like overpriced. Look like kind of overpriced, and I was expecting it to go more down, and I missed kind of several trades on it. But Sol worked out great, and I mean, again, Sol is just like I have a bad luck, I guess, on Sol. Like I always miss it, and again, it feels like a bit overpriced. Same to XRP, same to BNB. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait, see where how the market is going to play out. And in volatile times like that, it's always better just to hold a bag of cash and be deleveraged uh, in order to be able to manage risk if larger corrections are coming in. So several coins that we wanted to look at today are part of the um, World Liberty Financial portfolio. We took a brief look on Bitcoin. We come back at it when we look at the price and action analysis briefly. Then it was Tron, Chainlink, and AAVE. So I'll just tell you again, none of it will be financial advice. I'll just tell you what I see on my graphs and how I read it. So I usually, again, to look at a daily graph. Ivy and Link actually looks pretty similar to me. I have pretty big positions in both of them. I like them both. They're both strong from technology and from price perspective. The Avi is already trading in a pretty top range, a bit off, like double, like kind of like 2x's from the all-time high. So not too much, not a huge, not a tremendous potential left, but there is definitely a lot of potential left. One of the big players looks great on the weekly, but I would say a bit overpriced. Um, in my opinion. I mean, in terms of shorter term view, Again, it just finished the correction. Ichimoku is still positive, and I like to buy close to that part of Ichimoku Cloud. That one of the strategies, one of the popular Ichimoku trading strategies, actually suggest to buy within the cloud closer to the low end if you want to go long. So like it's like kind of in like a perfect position somewhere in the middle. Um, was there, was closer to the lower end earlier today. If it's going to touch it or going below, it's hard to say. But it's been holding pretty strong. It rebounds pretty well. So, like as you could see on AAVE, it had a very strong rebound. Uh, Oscillator also in a good zone. I prefer it to turn around. So, like I mean, and that also shows, like, I mean, right now it's clearly not a buying point, at least for me, because I would prefer it to break some downtrends. Like, this is very aggressive. Like, this is very aggressive downtrend that needs to be broken one way or another, like more aggressive or less aggressive way. So, um, I would want I could see more downturn on FOMC news, for example. So I wouldn't trade Avi right now, and MACD is also crossed. Awesome is about to cross, so I would wait it to go down, and then perhaps uh, might go below it, or it might be something like what we saw here, some impulsive action when it goes down into the area and then it just rebounds from the area. But that will take a couple hours on an hourly, on a shorter time frame, which we don't usually use for trading. That's why we rarely catch the trades like that. Because just like that's for the robots. The robots are trained and they are good in spotting momentums like that on when we trade on when we use them on the shorter time frames. But it's just too hard for traders to be that in and that involved. So that's why we choose a daily time frame to trade. And then the same graph that we see on the link. Um, Probably a bit more weak because Ichimoku already showing no buy. Here it's still buy, so like not aligned. Two parts of Ichimoku are not aligned. Oscillator in the down mode. MACD a bit stronger, Wasem a bit stronger. So I would say out of those two, this one looks stronger, except for the forward-looking part of Ichimoku cloud indicator. That was a great buy point today earlier when it's touched that entry point. So that might have been a good entry point to consider. And if it comes back into that zone, that might be a good early entry point because again, it's so high up that if you wait for the cloud to turn back positive on a daily, that might be a bit too late to enter. And with the chain link, there is also a bit more potential from what I see left. So it's like a clear double X left to go to all-time high. And obviously, a lot more probably to come afterwards. But again, great technology, good graph. I hold a pretty good bag of chain link. I follow it pretty closely. I think it's a great player for that bull run. Definitely good one for down cost averaging. But remember now none of it's financial advice. We're just showing in what we do, how we use indicators, how we trade them, and how we apply that methodology to basically different symbols, different hot picks for today, and how you could start applying it as well, taking into account your risk preferences, your trading profile, your risk profile, and many other factors and consideration. We're just here to basically brief you give you a brief digest, brief alpha, structured alpha, and show you what we do and how we do it. Hopefully, what we showed you today was useful. Uh, any questions or additions you would like to add? Anything, Jordan?
No, I think you were really thorough with what you went through with right now.
Perfect. So let's end today, and we'll look forward to see you in the next couple of days. There will be something crazy going on tomorrow. We'll definitely tune in. We'll be actually tuning in for the FOMC. Let's see if we could do a live cast around 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah, let's try it
Try a
out.
new format, how it would be reflecting on the market and crypto in particular right away.
No, let's try it out.
Good to see you guys. Thank you, Dardan.
Thanks again, guys, for another episode of Arquant Crypto. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your friends. See you guys and tune in next time.